Hi, my name is Serena Fetcher, and for my research paper, I did Could Colors Impact Your Mood? So, for my research paper, I did my own experiment on if colors could really impact someone's mood. The way I did my experiment was I did it at my Monday night bowling league. It is made up about of 50 adults, ages ranging from 17 to 70 years old, both men and women, and all different types of races. So for my research question, I did was lower numbers and brighter colors associated with one another, and if they could have an impact on someone's mood, and if darker colors and larger numbers have an impact on someone's mood. The variables were my bowling league of men and women, and of again the ages ranging from 17 to 70 years old. So for my experiment, I went out and I made two charts. The first chart I did was numbered 1 through 10, like you would see at the hospitals on like how much pain you're in. I did something very similar. I did 1 through 10, and I asked people to circle low being number 1 being the lowest like mood. They're not like the happiest at all, and 10 being the happiest. My bowling league is made up of teams of 4. So I went around to all teams that were of 4, and I asked each of them to do that in the beginning to just get a baseline. They were kind of confused, but it was funny to watch. And then about probably, I would say, entering our second game, I went around again with my second chart, and my second chart was with colors. And I had colors ranging from brights all the way to darks. And I didn't tell them what it was like, if the numbers were associated yet or anything. I just told them to like circle the color that fits their mood. And on the back of the charts, I had numbers with 1 through 10 that would be associated with them. So then I could get a final review. So my results were kind of confusing. Pretty much showed that everyone on my bowling league, no matter what they um, picked for like the number, it didn't go with the color. The numbers ended up being on the higher side, which was weird compared to on the lower side. I guess it's not weird. Everyone was happier, which is a good thing. So happier numbers, like the 10, 8, 9, and 10 were like the most common numbers. Those were also supposed to be associated with darker colors, but it ended up being where people would pick 8, 9, and 10 and then pick yellow, green, and like pink. So that was kind of funny. Um, so it was interesting to read. I also found some research off the internet that I have in my references. If colors and on a mood could compare to two living spaces, two living rooms, and it found that the colors tended to be associated with not high arousing or rated higher in spaces as restful if they were like brighter colors, so like a mellow green or forest green. Lots of plants too, they said in their article, which was interesting to see. Um, and Women, surprisingly, really took to this article, to living spaces. Men were somewhat in there, but women were the majority of people that were interviewed, and that said if when they went into a brighter room or a mellow room, it was much more calm and happy, as opposed to when they went into like a darker room, they were felt very like low. So it was interesting to see because they were completely like neutral going into each room, and then you could just tell they could see the difference of how it really impacts them. Overall, I had a really fun time doing my experiment with my bowling friends. It was interesting to see everybody questioning why I'm asking all these things. And I did notice that if people were having a bad game after they did my like 1 through 10, I went back and I asked them to recircle their mood, and it went from like an 8, 9, 10 happy to like maybe 4 or 5 because they were like in a not so happy mood because they did bowling bad. Then I waited about 10 minutes and then I would show them like brighter colors. Um, and then I'd like have them just look at it for a little while. Didn't ask them to do anything. It was just a different experiment I was trying. And then after that, I'd have them go back and circle the number again of how they're feeling, and it ended up being back to higher. And then they end up being bowling happier. So, in my conclusion out of this whole, if colors can make your impact your mood, I do think so. I think it can bring people out of their funks if you let them. And I really enjoyed this experiment. So, thanks.